Ebuboba abusia tulip say or the aye Natina kwa kupim wo court na o chine den enyasem ketwa. Yes. Ni na no abusia aye beef bia ada aye tulip ene aye Natina entem anate say the court nsensem astati a ebebam abusia no den na enye enonko say the tulip asi atutubi ede amane aye kodwesibo Natina ne yere na wakaka na adwen so ede a kire aye Natina no abusia ano den in some of the tulip abru bisu papa enyasem ketwa na nsem no yebekọ na yakwakoje mu enchire mu ba mesro so be me subscribe atem no nya eyebe na ewanche like video no so na bibia enye kama pa sire me kan na eboboba sire tulip ani esi abre a wo so otwe kodosibo edina kwakogina court no abusua enyasem ketwa ni na ene se tulip se eye Natina abegina social media so edina deja ababa be kire e wo live na saa asem no ana saa nyoma na eye kodwosibo eye no anya na komade tese atoment ne ye pa a tese onde konim se mistake a waye mbre bi atwam no kasa mistake ne akwakoda na onim de ye ya Natina esa de sa picture ne be kire ye o Facebook ntino na de wo so no so eye ne se ode ne copy mu court na obeyi nsam yi anom na abusua ye na enim se tulip o America ana chese eye Natina so ewo eye UK na chese utimuzem emuwa enti tulip ye na adwen se ko bekọ eye UK wo na ode Natina kokoti nanso say de wasesa na adwen wa pe another strategy crab ode Natina befa so ode ne ekwa kopie mu court ebiem tulip say Natina ede eye 7 predasa ne se dwo akoye so etwa na dapa edi na tem o social media no so na enyasem ketwa ensem wakekan na Pʋŋchɛs watoto ede amane eye Natina yere no anu odin aden a Natina yere no sisi wadane eye backing vocalist ana kise ono so ete Natina chi Natina kabako anon so akabako Natina kabe etena no so she chiri na obake hom eno krampo de na si kwa sim bibia enti ono so ototo Pʋŋchɛs ede mana abusua enyasem ketwa kram ensem de eye tulip abro bisu papa enyasem ketwa enkrofo mo social media so ni na tise omo eta eye tulip achino tise tulip echiremu a ebeya omo Natina di o matem ni na no omo mfa eye Natina enkonkopi mo court na nka case no enye strong na kwambia so no omo ntimi enche Natina enfa na entum tulip nkomo a oni yebedi ye na busua na ni na no mo na eye brofo se de be ya brofo no eti a omo so obetumi hu se ensem ni sei ana eye Natina eye ewo social media no so a tise ni na enya asem ketwa kranti ya yen se dante brofo de yente aso ye pa na yentie tulip nsem a ode abegum bonten so afiye ba ebeto aso
enne me waha me bo Natina din ama obia hu say I am here responding to him today. He started this May 22nd, 2004, when he showed an inappropriate picture or video on his live video. He showed a nude picture on his video. Since then, I have not mentioned his name. I haven't said anything to him because my intention is to let the law work in UK. Since then, this man, Natina Multimedia, Natina TV Super, Natina, has been insulting and intimidating me. Every chance he gets, he has now called me alopecia because he says I have alopecia, which he hasn't seen me in more than however many years. Never, ever in his life seen me. They've taken my pictures, altered it, which I have evidence with me. He's done a lot. In the meantime, whilst I'm waiting to take legal action regarding all the nude pictures he showed on live video with his children at home and his wife at home. He has young children in the household where he sits on live video, insult women, use profane words whilst the children are around, whilst his wife is sitting there giving him the support to insult other women. He's done this since May 22nd, at least twice a week that he's out on a live video. He insults me. He calls me names out of my name. He attacks my integrity. He attacks my respect. He attacks me as a woman in the Ghanaian community. He has all kinds of names in the Ghanaian language, profane language that he uses towards me. I've been quiet all this time. But today I decided to respond to him because I am nobody's victim. I'm a woman that I've made mistakes in my past, but it is no man's right to use that against me and think that they can shut me up and bury me in sorrow, bury me in insults, bury me in disgrace, bury me in intimidation, bury me with everything that can bring me down as a woman. But I've stood through it. But I'm out here tonight speaking my truth because he is now attacking women that follow me. If you are a woman that he sees you under my videos, he sees you under my post, he goes into your inbox to start attacking you. If you call on somebody's live show to give your contribution, the fact that you mention my name or you say hi to me or say I love you, Tulip, Natina finds a way to attack you. Now, the last couple of days, this is what he's done. Women that love me, that have been supporting me since he did what he did, Natina is now attacking them individually, insulting them, accusing them, calling them names out of their name, and to the extent of insulting women that are married as far as to their husbands, as far as to their children, just because they like me, just because they support me, just because they've been there for me. Since he's been insulting me and I have not responded to him, now he has resorted to a different way and insulting people that are around me. Yesterday, or the day before yesterday, Natina came out, insulted these women, called them names, used their private parts to insult them, cursing at them whilst he had his children at home. His wife, a female, is now out with her voice in the video, attacking me, attacking my followers, attacking women that love me on Facebook. So these women decided they weren't going to allow him to keep doing that to them. So they responded to him. And I specifically, Tulip, I was on that program. I made a comment. I made a reference. And I addressed all the insults that he comes out to pour on me. He came out today, again, Saturday. And this time, he used a different account and did not show his face. But you can tell his voice as compared to all the other videos. Insulting me, cursing at me, had his wife join. Now there is a crusade against me. And this is a man who has young children at home, sits on live video hours on hours, and all he does is insult women. The last couple of days, if you go on his page, what he has on there is all insults at women. He would mention a woman's name, insult them, line another one up, insult them. And his excuse is these women have been insulting him, which is not true. I have taken it upon me tonight to say something back to Natina, either in my native language or in English. Natina, obia nsuro. Natina, me Tulip in particular, minsuro. Edina mayeno, emra kwaina me de wo befaso no, na me de wo befaso, ebebo ba beto wo plano. Enu nti na maye se me nyede, mi mie ma no. Enti na wo ba na obedi matema na maye din no. But now I know, say, you cannot do that to me. And there is nowhere in any shape or form, say, I have to be quiet and endure your nonsense. There is no way that I have to be quiet and tolerate all the insults. So if I have to insult you back to have some relief whilst I'm waiting for the legal process to take place, I will do that. Because I am not going to let you break me. I'm the last person that would break. And you've always mentioned in your videos that you know how to provoke people to come out. But you, I'm telling you, you haven't provoked me yet. But I'm out because I want everybody and the legal process to know about what you're still doing. You have no remorse. What you did. You've hidden that page that you used to do it. But you've opened another one and you are still coming at me and attacking me. But as a woman that is raised 2 girls, I am not going to let you break me. So I'm here to tell you that I'm not afraid of you. I'm not afraid of you. I'm not scared of you. But I've just been this person that I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna wait for the legal action. And I think my silence, you're taking it for granted and you want to keep disrespecting me. Natina, woso bema, me wo bebre wo mi fie. Woso bema, me wo bebre wo mi fie. No mun chimi te sa wo. Me wo lawyers, me wo professors. Me wo teachers, me wo engineers, wo mi fie. Womun jimi te sa wo. Bema jimi fo. Bema kwa siya kwa donto. Awo nkola wo fie. De wo yiri jimi fo no. Oba jimi fo no. Ose baby ameka asema mi bo ni di no. O mekre baby ami bo ni di wanra masem ni mu a nti oba 4 times abegina wa wo di matam. Nti amopoku nti wa nti wo gina wa wo beto me nti won fere. Redia wa ye, look at how you been intimidated in your marriage. You as a woman, instead of you to stand and protect your kids, you have a man like this in your home, insulting women. What example is he setting for these kids? They are going to grow up and think, say, a man sitting at home and insulting women is normal. You have a daughter in that household. And your husband sits in public on Facebook Live and shows the nude of women. Insult women with their private part. Says it in the native language, profane, nasty words, and these kids are in the home. And then he will scream at your kids to bring him food whilst he's sitting out insulting women. And you as a mother, you're not protecting these kids from this monster. You're not protecting these kids from this monster. You have a man like this in your household and you think you are enjoying a marriage for you to support him to insult other women. Amapokuya, you are a disgrace to your family and you are a disgrace to the sisterhood and you are a disgrace to womanhood. You call this a marriage? Look at how your kids are under this situation. A man who can sit on Facebook Live for 11 good hours when his kids cannot even step out to go and play, cannot even step out for fresh air. These kids are locked up in the household because their dad is on Facebook Live 11 good hours, not doing any educative program other than insulting women, attacking women, inciting people to fight with others. And you think I have to be quiet and endure that and let him do that to me? And you as a woman, you support a behavior like this instead of you to find a safe place and take your kids so they don't think this is normal. If there is a little boy growing up in that household, you think this is a very good example, this is an environment for a child to live in, but you have the audacity to come out and support your husband to insult other women who have done nothing to you. This man came on Facebook, called himself an apostle, started with the Bible, preaching God's word. After a while, when people have trusted him and followed him as a man of God, he turns into a monster. All he wants to do, hours on hours, fighting, instigating, insinuating, inciting people against people. All he wants is to fight negativity. To the extent of showing a woman's nudity live on Facebook Live. And now that he heard about me going to use the law against him, he's hidden that page. And now his new thing is he will come out. And now he's hiding his face. Natina, I will let the law deal with you. You live in UK. I will let the law deal with you. And then you sit around and tarnish me, and now you degrade me to the extent of telling me that I cannot afford a lawyer to take you to court. I'm telling you, if I have to borrow, I will borrow to let the law deal with you. I'm sick and tired of your insults. A woman like me, I bet you up and down. Physically, I'm beautiful. Emotionally, I'm established. I'm sound. I'm stable. But you find ways to ruin my reputation, to say all kinds of stuff about me. And you want me to just always shut up and just let you do whatever you want to do. I'm here to tell you, I'm not afraid of you. You cannot break me. I am who I am, and I will be who I will be. I know myself. I will not let you, a man that has no good example, that cannot be a role model for kids, to tarnish me and think that you can break me. I'm sorry, you cannot. But I'm here to tell you, say, I am not scared of you. I am not afraid of you. You call yourself a pastor. You call yourself an apostle. You've had a couple of churches in UK. Where is your church? Why don't you stay in the church and preach? Why don't you go to church on Sundays to preach? You're on Facebook bullying women, inciting fights between women, instigating women against women. And you just sit back just so you can sit on your live video, insult people, receive stars, receive online money, instead of you getting a second job. You know the negativity goes far, And so you've resorted to that to just degrade women. So other women that do not know their value, do not know who they are, can support you and give you money and give you stars and push you. Do it. Go ahead. Do it. As I sit here, I am a proud mother of 2. I've raised 2 girls, a college one and one that is done with college, working as a resourceful citizen. Na kwasi abema wo betina ho atemdidie. You just sit on there with that big flask of alcohol and just keep drinking and insulting. By the time you're done with your show, you're fully drunk around your kids. A drunk father that has kids in the household. You sit in public and sit on Facebook Live with alcohol in a big cup. And you confirmed it. There is a confirmation video that you fully confirm that yes, when you're coming live, you drink. And you think this is an example you have to set for little kids that are growing in a household. I will report you to the social service. I will report you to social services. And you, the mother, Amopokuya, who you are supposed to be the one that protects these kids. You're the one that is supposed to protect these kids. You also leave them and stay behind your husband and start insulting other women. Don't you think that this man needs psychiatric evaluation? A man who can sit on live video hours on hours and all he wants to do is insult women. It's sad. And you think it's normal. You think it's acceptable to have your kids around a situation like this. You think it's acceptable. Na benkete chie tifie diatam and collect chani huashia. No, I can't collect them. No, I tupnum. Put his kids in a room, close the door, and go into another room and just scream and yell and scream and yell. Depression is real. Depression is real. And before you know, it would be too late. That anger and bitterness that is building up in this man, one of these days, it's going to get out of hand. And you as a mother, you should be the one protecting these kids from this behavior. One of these days, it's going to go overboard. And you know what has happened in the Ghanaian community? A lot is happening around here. Children that are rebelling against their parents. Parents that are rebelling against each other. Parents that have built like bitterness against their kids. It's coming. It's coming. And one of these days, you're going to regret as a mother that you did not protect your kids from an angry human being like this. This man is so angry and bitter. And nobody knows his childhood. Nobody knows what is triggering him to behave the way he behaves. And you as a mother, you have young kids in that home. You support your husband to lock the kids up in a room so he can come and sit on his camera and insult women. This means you are in a marriage where you are being intimidated. You are in a marriage that you are not able to voice out. Because no woman that is free in a marriage, in her right sense, will support a man to insult another woman. You are standing there and he's using women's private part to insult them, to intimidate them. And you're supporting it. You're at the background, supporting it, throwing yours in there. Amapokuya, me as a woman, I respect myself and I would not tolerate any man with that behavior in my household. I would rather be single. For your husband to sit there and talk about me not being able to have sex and not have a man to sleep with me. Let me tell you, sex is not an achievement. I would rather be single than have a bully, a narcissist in my household. I would rather be single than have a man who has no respect for womanhood. I would rather be single. How do you feel as a woman when you're laying there and this man makes advances and lays upon you? How do you feel as a woman? You have no integrity. You have no respect for yourself. And so you encourage that behavior in your household to the extent of coming out to insult a woman your husband is insulting, using their private part in the native language. Just say, and some phone time and the free bema yanumuba into what you wabana wujina nechino into what da hoda bema prepro no wo baba da into ya was saying. Dear wo I would di ma for fratem no and you know wo da. How do you feel? Don't you feel ashamed of yourself? Don't you feel demeaned? Don't you feel degraded? Wo amapokuya be di me matem. Na me ho tese wo amapokuya me ho tese wo ye twa wutiri efri wo nipadua so a wo gina wo bi hu se wo your boss or your bema. Me ye twa mti free so ye de me gina wa bia be hu so me your ba. Ejina homa bema do or batam. 90 said when did having surgery become an insult? When did having a condition that requires surgery become an insult? When did having a bowel rupture and having a surgery and having an incision in your mid-abdomen became an insult? When did that become an insult? When did having a medical condition and requiring surgery become an insult? But you sit there to the extent of insulting me with a surgery that I had to have, a medical condition that the doctor recommended surgery at that moment. And I made it through surgery with no colostomy. When did that become an insult? Inti ya papa me yama na ye den obi no onyare o awo keka wo kowo ene manyina ye pai ne yama ansa no wo tumi awo. When did ya pai wo yam become an insult? What do you prostate cancer no? Bema wo tumi tina wo hwa so 11 good hours. Prostate cancer na ye. Ukoti munsio kan. Infection a wo ukoti mu no. Emunsio ni free ba na egu wo yere ho a. Enu ne ma wo feel say obi aba bi bon. Wo hunsio na bon. Wo hunsio bon. Wo no mensa na wo te wona mfifre ni free wa. Mfifre ni said yesi bon no. Sa na ukoti munsio bon. Bema fun a woni buo ema wo ho nti wo tena asiansam fun kwa na free wonu mu ba no bema fun bema chimi for kwasia bema yeso kwasia me se wo se wo fa ka ko yunkransa akobusa wo ma me se yampa wo mu wo ho kete nanka wa jimi nanka wa be ye sofo wo de apostle ato so no nka wo jimi no kwasia sam sesa. Oh, sorry, a man tokwa. The bia will be do or batem. The bia will bet now. I say bia will carry bia yatem. Did ya would do or ba? Ben cut the cheer to so. Edu sabita fracture will bear ma to a nim. Anya yama my didi ma. A sorry me no will be an abroach. Nin gu. Shall collection, Jidie, said ya need density or Ghana. nso abemu a atumi abia sori ema oti asori abroche collection ni ji easy antumi antena asori baako should have been a lesson whatever you did wrong. And the second church would have been a lesson to you for you to be able to hold that church. Atumi atena abroche ati asori twice ni nyina agu ni nyina masem enya wo ferry ubetena wona wudi matama enya wo ferry na mani di ubi dia na so na wo kam me se amra no me nu bedi o me nu bedi nti wo di di matama kadia wo be ka bia kasa kosoro ba fom me se me do be famra kwa so me do be famra kwa so. I am not going to let you off this hook. Me quite be me do be faso no me do be faso. Inti na uful say wo betena ho no wa di matem nanka maye din na me hwo krachi din ni dia maye since May up to September and maye din am wadi matem wo so video bia one di matem kra na nya 2 to 3 minutes. Asa wuni munyansa ena adwene da wutimu a ko bi di ubone ena me ka cho se nipa na wo di ubone no oka all di obi atem onu na wo di ubone nanka minyawo na di matem sa hwe atem ne de wo bedi mi and some ne de wo beka. But what you did on May 22nd is why I will take you to court. What you did is why I will take you to court. You came rano. I have 3 years. Inti ye pa ye be di ye watama 3 years. Eka 6 months. I'm a 3 years na so me so pen. But me mane nkwasa long. Inti di matem na ebubo beto wo prano a. Ebubo ni ye bebo wo pnum ni ye de show nsama e ya be so camera na di matem. Atem na wo di mi ni nyina masugu so mi sro wo. Krachi, min shrow, na, ya say, your friend say, Wupasa wasam yada, what the nyansan and nante, until my dear ma tolerate you up till this time. Na maba me ma waya we say, you are now going to break me. You did what you did, and you are still insulting me, and you've made mention, say, you will do it till something happens, and I'm letting you know nothing would happen to me. Nothing will happen to me. I will let the Lord deal with you. Criminally, I will take it up to you, and civilly, I will take it up to you. Kwasia. Jimmy for nka nyesa wo bomi di kwa ka sam da wo wiase won se ne na wo ya alopecia na patri na the tulip na fam na patri na the tulip na fam ayamia. I'm Tulip. Everybody knows me on Facebook as Tulip. The sentence that you had going, you said alopecia and then you mentioned tulip. That was me. In that same sentence, in that same description, in that same insult. You were trying to disguise, when you start to insult me, you were trying to disguise and just give me a different name, alopecia. And now, you've put both in the same sentence. Apostle, mesim, mediadie be show hunemu. Mediadie ebe show hunemu. When you were eating in 2 years, na mudi ti UK wo. Machira wunyansa kasa amu who say yes, machira wunyansa. Wo yet was me share mo na mabesha obi time wa ha. Me mbesha obi a time. Me kasa me ba UK. Now if UK fly ready for me. And I'm one with the madri bubu. Na mo ke kamonsa. I don't need to be in UK. I don't need to be there. Wuwunti and ananka meba UK no. I don't need to be there. I can do everything from here. I can do everything from here. Apostle, me de be show hunem. Me ye wade. Me ye wade. Me my dina oba na me say my din me nkasapo na wanya solutions. Me nkasapo na how to go and seek counsel. But you know what? Start working on it. Start working on it. I will let the Lord deal with you. Whichever way suits this situation, I will let the Lord deal with you. Yabeko, you drew one year say anyasem, but Kodia Yabeko. Kodia Yabeko. Ubetina Hanuma, you know what? Let me call him that. So the UK law can know that he came out and used himself as a man of God to deceive people and get following. And once he had the following, he turned on people. I feel the day where a pages in SCSC. Krache and fancy now Facebook can be subpoenaed. Facebook can be subpoenaed. Inti kwasho. Na temdidia no, this time this is my strategy. Dia meye bia meye, ube dima tema me dubi. Ube dima tema me dubi. You brought that whole apostle man of God face on Facebook for people to follow you. And now you are always asking money, asking for money transfer, online money transfer, asking for stars. Do this for me. Now you've built pages that the page that doesn't have the ability to take stars. Now what you do is you directly ask for momo from women, especially women. You insult women and then you ask for money from women. Oh, women, why don't you give me stars? Why don't you do this for me? Scamming people on Facebook with insults, with wrong information, insulting other people, inciting people against each other. Because you know most people will follow negativity. You use the negativity and then you ask them for money. And then you ask them for money. Other men are in UK and they are working 2 jobs. They are working 2 jobs. They go in the night, they come and take a nap, they start in the evening till the next morning. But you're sitting here. All you are doing is asking for money from women, insulting women, fighting women. Every video that you've made, if we pull 10 videos off your page, 8 out of the 10, you're sitting there insulting women. Nyamibe chia woko apostle. Nyamibe chia woka dodo Natina. Nyamibe chia woka Natina multimedia. Nyamini wubedi. Se wedi sa nyamra se medi sa nkwasi asamno na maye din na still wudi matem. Edina na maye no. Na maye din. Edina na maye no. Na maye din. Edina na maye dio na maye din na metro say sika bia wona dwuma a eye sika bia wona dwuma a eye anti meka say meba UK na manti bia begusu ntine ha ma popua dwen ho na wo UK ho na wote no wo menti na wote ho enkola ni nti ene be mo anya ba bia gina Tianya wo ferry nti wote ho na be ma wo ware no o te kamrem no wo di matam pepa nanim fifire no onom nsa no pepa nanim no wo di atem enkrofo kunumu eye nurses eye lawyers eye engineers eye adwuma papa esori anopa dresse ekotena ka mutuka ekotena office ko ye adwuma ne yaba enkrofo ewu kunumu a mema papa adwuma ketua bia wo mu ye bia no they hold it, they do it and do it well. Enye matem didie inti ama wo kra wo maame ne wo papa so wo kwa aware aba no na wo ware be ma bi sei no inti aya wo fere wo parent kra nim a wonso abegina na chi a wonso wudi atem ni bi nti anya ofere oba wakra wabusua sa wo kwa ware aba hwe be ma wo ware no be ma osori a na oti kamram sanko wo ye ne bible nchechire ni pa kana ye nyomnyam emam ewo wabusua nim hwe be ma wo ware no eti wodi ma twasitam e ma twasitam ena de we intimidate too ama sisi a wusuro nti wodi atam na so so begina na obeka bi anya so de beba so hey Natima ye kra wo fie se ye kwa aware. Thank you Vida Flow and ye me makeup wo Columbus Ohio na wo hia makeup artist wo ye bibia wo de frame me de number be ma o ye since 2 p.m. and ye me makeup abo ekobo midnight da shigina ne naso thank you inti ema ye do wo mo hye be mansa ema be ma ware wo mo ne age wo mo afiri wo mo awofo ho e de wo mo akọ hwe ba bie ye yi wo fiye wo parent ho hwaware a wutim hey Miss Aware we dia mempo kamedi misija anti wenya like you feel so proud and you think it is okay to be married to a man with this behavior who all he wants to do is insult women to the nastiest level. The things that he says about women, you would never ever even think that he would have an erection and think about laying down with another woman. But this man has no shame. He does all this and can wake up and have an erection to sleep with a woman. Oh, God will punish you. Nyame betua wo ka. Wunnem obetua wo ka. Wunyane obetua wo ka. Wo drive obetua wo ka. Wuti adwumam obetua wo ka. Adwuma na wo kona nipa na you are supposed to go and take care of an elderly, but you sleep on your job. I've been on the phone with you before when you fell asleep snoring. Now hang up. Me no wakasa emra wo wadwumam yeti phone no so kasa wo fa mu da ye shankromo obi a yede wakoke koko show obi. You are there to take care of someone, a vulnerable person that you are supposed to be the eye that the person doesn't have. You go and sleep on the clock. I'm telling you, I have spoken to you whilst you're on the clock. You fell asleep snoring. I got off the phone, you called me the next morning. Said, drink on your job. You take alcohol at home, sit on live, insult people, and go to work drunk, and then fall asleep at work. Na ye dan nyame betua wo ka enya mipo na ese me ye bibia nyame betua wo ka. Look at how much you drink when you are alive. We are me kwa adwuma and then you go to work. You're supposed to go and help a vulnerable elderly. You're supposed to be there to help somebody who cannot help themselves. But you go as a drunk caregiver, you sleep on the clock, and leave the person you're taking care of at risk for whatever can happen to them. Hello. But then you think you have the audacity to come out here and insult women. And what has really pissed me off to come out today is when you do that and these women retaliate, you threaten them. Adafo mo wa bom die di matam ni nyina. Make sure all these videos you're pulling. Make sure you are recording all these videos. Every single woman that is my follower, that the last 2-3 days he has been insulting you, you need to pull that video. Make sure you have that evidence. Just because you have been insulting me all this time and I haven't responded, now you are attacking my followers. You are attacking women that love me, women that are against what you did. Attacking them to the extent of insulting their husbands, insulting their family, their kids. You are a very bad person. No community should allow you to be part of whatever is going on in the community. You are a bad example to young men that are growing up. You are a very bad example to young boys who want to do the work of God. How can a young boy decide they want to do the work of God? Oh, they see an apostle sitting on Facebook preaching. And then out of nowhere, you've turned into this monster. There are young men that were following you. Now you've turned into monster, and all you want to do is fight women, degrade women, demean women, intimidate them, disrespect them. And when you have strong ones that can stand up to you, you threaten them. I'm the last person. I'm nobody's victim. But I'm telling you today, almost the 8th of September, it's 11:54, Columbus, Ohio time. Almost 5 minutes till midnight. It would be the 8th of September 2024. Today, Tulip, I sit here and I tell you, Natina, I am not going to let you off this hook. Whatever I have to do for you to have the deserved punishment for what you've done, I will do it. And I am not going to sit back and tolerate your insults. I am not your victim. I will face you squarely. I will face you squarely. I will tell you what I feel like telling you. I will say what I feel like saying to you. But I will make sure I seek the law. And whatever punishment you deserve for what you did, you will receive it. For sitting and just like what you did on Facebook. It's like you showed up like an angel and lured people to follow you. There is a man of God who knows how to interpret the Bible, who knows how to preach. And when you gathered the people and you found the weakest ones in it, you started blackmailing them. You flipped. Now all you want to do is fight. And if a woman can stand up to you, then you do your worst. For you to call yourself an apostle and sit on Facebook Live and show a woman's nudity. During that, insulting and saying all kinds of filthy words about the woman's private part when you've never slept with that woman. That was when all these women lost respect for you. So the women that you are insulting, that they are retaliating and insulting you back, is because of what you did. And they all lost respect for you. You've done this for a few months now. And none of these ladies were responding. But they've realized that, you know what? You just would not come to your senses. So they're going to face you squarely. And that's why they did what they did 3 days ago. And then you come back screaming like you're innocent, like you did nothing to no one, and they're just out here insulting you. You're crazy to think that women are going to sit there and let you bully them. They're not going to take it anymore. So you have to end up finding somewhere else to take your silliness and your stupidity. It is time to take it somewhere else, because these women are not going to sit back and let you intimidate them anymore. You're not going to bully them anymore. You are not. You are not. They are really, Nananchi, let me tell you, these women are not going to sit back anymore. When you come and you insult them, they would insult you back. They will find a platform and insult you back. Because I've stood nowhere and mentioned your name. But you brought it on. And I'm telling you, you did not provoke me. But now I know there is a portion that I shouldn't even tolerate you insulting me, because it has nothing to do with what you did. So trust and believe. I will face you squarely. I have family members that have done well in their lives. They are not sitting on Facebook intimidating women. You are a coward. For a man like you, to all you want to do is insult women, you are a coward. But your time will come. Your time will come. But for your wife, I feel sorry for her. She's weak. She cannot be bold and stand on her own. And that's why she's under your roof and you're treating her the way you're treating her. And now she feels like she has to be out here and insult women to please you. I feel very bad for her. I wish she would be bold and tell herself she would not tolerate that and remove her kids from such an environment. This environment is not conducive for the woman herself and her kids. But I am proud of myself as a woman, that I would not tolerate this from any man. I would not sit under the same roof with a man of this character. I will not. I refuse. But you know what? Nananchi, Natina Multimedia, Natina TV, Natina Super. I'm telling you, your time will come. When you least expected it, your time is near and it will come. So you've done all you could all these months. I've been quiet. I've held myself. But I'm letting you know, me being quiet wasn't a sign of weakness. Me being quiet wasn't a sign of me being afraid of you. Me being quiet was for a reason, and your time is up. The law will find you, and the law will deal with you. No matter what, I don't care whether you end up in jail, whether you don't end up in jail. No matter what happens, the fact that I take you on is why I will do it. I will take you on no matter what. Even if we just go and they say there's nothing there, the fact that I've taken you to the law, I will be at peace. So I will take you on and be ready for it. Be ready for it. It will show up at your door. You will receive it. And then we'll take it from there. Be ready. It's close. It's right there. You're smelling it. You're going to hold it. And then we'll go from there. Then we'll see who is the coward. We'll see who deserves to be where. You will hear from them. You will hear from the appropriate authorities. You would hear from them. My dear check. Since May 22nd, and I will Sadiano. My din all this time. My din, my show am why ye dear obey yina. My teenager sham waka, what di matam? Up to me home, I fair won't perceive a bone say, may my sam na wokan, no up to me din, no di dini di matam. Krache. Dia wo ye no fa wo hu ni da. Me na me ka kire. Me ma wo fa wo hu ni da. Nti yire wo hu atem didie ni dibika ho. Hwe oba me te hei ne di oda wachi no na wan kasa ye comparison. Me mi pia me ntetare da ho. Mi pia me gina bonti obi hu mi wura ho aso ne hu say yes maba. Mi yi mi tipe ye hu say yes Tulip maba. Na koshona ye dia wo ye no na da ban ni be bomu no. E bomu abon say yes wo gina ba bia ye nyina na ya wo de wo papa no won sanum ni wo fifire no na wo de akogina ho na wakoye wo aye sam no wo dede na wo ya no eduru ho aya wa ye sa dede na me ahwe wo me say mema bibia ko hu na mu na wa ma pokua. You better start finding a place for yourself and your kids. You better start establishing yourself without that man. For you to come out and insult me when I haven't mentioned your name, and you think you are in a good environment. As a mother, you should be ashamed of yourself leaving your kids in that environment. That environment is not conducive to be raising kids. That life over there is not normal. No young boy, no young girl should grow up in that environment. Namra ne beso adofom di mu besi hadiasa. Achina me wo baby kwa den. Ti wunhia wo Columbus, Ohio. Na wunhia makeup artist. Wunhia wo bi obetru anim. Wukọ baby a wa tum say yes. Baby kro pese ugina wo na so a. Wo de inbox me. Me de number be ma. Flow. Obetru anim am say yes. Otru anim. Flow makeup services. Obetru anim am say yes. Otru anim. Anofo mama me nko ko huru manim ko dana anopa. Me ko baby akoya de wo baby eita no potutu na mjina ho. Yes, even in his vehicle with the kids in it, he's still screaming and insulting and everything he does. I'm sure these kids are scared of their lives. They're scared for their lives, but they just call him daddy because that's their dad. And these are the kids that they go through all this as they're growing up, and emotionally they're broken. And then they go and marry women and they treat them the same way their dad was treating women. It becomes a norm for them. It becomes normal for them. Na abaya kwa aware na ni kunu ntiatia na ofuse ni kunu mpeno, because what she's used to is a man in the household screaming and yelling and insulting. Afe abaya kwa aware na be man ntese ofuse be man mpeno, because what they grew up with was this nonsense. So they grew up thinking, say, this is normal. This is how life should be. If there is a young boy in that home, that boy is going to grow up thinking, say, I said, the biana or kasa didiatem. I really wish there is a way to know your background, how this man grew up. And now the money from Facebook is now turned you into a monster. So now the negativity, you're going to just keep that going so you can make money. Hey, what kind of income is that? And you think women are just going to sit there and let you do that to other women? That's why these women are mad at this time. They are really upset. They are very mad at you. So each time you come and insult them, they would retaliate. They will insult you back. So get ready. It's gonna get worse. Because you've done it for months, they've been quiet. This time, they're going all out. They're going all out. So be ready.
So abusia no ne yakwakuti e de abada wotim se Tulip nsem bebre na anewaka na ebi mu chechire nsem se esan se Natina ane mami gege chese audio bi ebetom bonte so a efa tujagu ho a amanka do hia sa audio no e de akọ court akwakwutwitwaje no honom eno ana ama chese ahye Tulip so obufo a ono so aba abonten a se saade a motimi abo amanka do a meso waye mebone da about say 7 prayers na de je betom bonten so yi aye no bone wo ho dade a na ese wono so wo so fight back de boa tutujagu na chese bibia so comment na ese fight over fight back na no ene so no so eba be kekansem na waka ne brofu ma brofo na te se numa say di ena Natina editia nti o start court process na te so mo hwe video na mete ensem na ekoso ni na ase na te se o metumi de Natina akokogina court atwena so se de wo so o motwe no entabusuan enom ane akokoti ade ba Tulip ekeka na adwen ade che Natina ene che se ne wife a te so chimo backing vocalist insem no ane akokoti ade ba otimi se insem no kamo na ene se Natina emfa education program bia na se educational program bia emba social media so a semi predasa ema ase atem ana wodi wo social media so brand emba eben no e wo fie ba ko a one onkla ne te ana se oti sa fie da mu ana semi predasa oye nyoma ensem fata tini na no oka na police for etubia wa beti Natina na so wa beti nemba every nsem but ye na ukro ma yenim say dey Natina so e den reply ebeba awa betuto e dey ma Tulip abusuan message so be me on subscribe to no mi abona e won channel like video no so na bibia enya kama pa aha na abusuan insight we dey obesi yankopon hwa na afeso onyo kese se wo jimbre na wo ka me ho makraw